It's another day to make a video. It is 8:44 at night. It's May 25th, 2016. It's a Wednesday. It's 84 degrees in this house. I'm sitting here trying to cool off. Have this fan blowing overhead. Listening to some music. Been reading all day. Ghost Milk, Recent Adventures Among the Future Ruins of London on the Eve of the Olympics by Ian Sinclair. What this book is about, just when I got the book, this little thing was inside of it. It says Ghost Milk by Sinclair Ferguson. Says here, the Olympics, the story goes, have transformed London into a gleaming, holy modern city. And East London Olympic headquarters is the city's new jewel, provider of unlimited opportunities and better tomorrows. The grim and poverty have been scrubbed away, and huge stadiums and grand public sculptures have taken their place. The writer Ian Sinclair has lived in East London for 4 decades. And in Ghost Milk, he tells a very different story about his home, that of a neighborhood turned upside down, of stolen history, long beloved parks had vanished, police raids occur at any time, and high security exclusion zones enforced by armed guards and hidden cameras have steamrolled East London's open streets and public squares to prepare for the most public of events. Everything has been privatized. A call to arms against the politicians and public figures who have so doggedly preached the gospel of the Olympics. Ghost Milk is also a brilliant reflection on a changing landscape, and Sinclair's most personal book yet. In an attempt to understand what has happened to his beloved city, Sinclair travels further afield. He walks along the Thames River from the North Sea to Oxford. He rides the bus across northern England. He visits Athens and Berlin, Olympic sites of the recent and distant past. Elegant, intimate, and audacious, Ghost Milk is at once a powerful chronicle of memory and lost, in the tradition of W.C. Sebald and Roberto Bellino, and a passionate interrogation of our embrace of progress at any cost. So that's what I've been reading, Ghost Milk. I've been reading it all day. This morning I didn't feel like reading The Dark Knight by St. John of the Cross. The house was hot when I woke up this morning, and I was feeling kind of wasted. So I wrote in my diary, and basically I just read Ghost Milk all day. Well, I did get in the mail a book today. I had ordered this book a couple of days ago by Geoff Dyer. I don't know. Is it Geoff Dyer? How do you spell that? Geoff Dyer? White Sands, Experiences from the Outside World. Says here, how do you pronounce that? Geoff. Is that Jeff? Geoff Dyer? I don't know. I never heard his name pronounced, so I don't know. That's how I remember a name, of hearing it, somebody say it. But I got this book in the mail. It says from one of the most, it says here in the thing here, from one of the most original writers, says Catherine Schultz, the New York Magazine, comes an expansive and exacting book, firmly grounded but elegant, often hilarious, and always inquisitive, about travel, unexpected awareness, and questions we ask when we step outside of ourselves. Dyer's restless search for what is unclear even to him continues in this series of fascinating adventures and pilgrimages with a tour guide who may not be a tour guide in the Forbidden City in Beijing, with friends in New Mexico, where D.H. Lawrence famously claimed to have had his greatest experience from the outside world, with a hitchhiker picked up on the way from White Sands, with Don Cherry, or a photo of him at any rate, at Watts Towers in Los Angeles, weaving stories about places to which he has recently traveled with images and memories that have persisted since childhood. Dyer tries, quote, to work out what a certain place, a certain way of marking the landscape means, what it's trying to tell us, and what we go for it. To me, that sounds like psychogeography again. That's what Ian Sinclair is doing, psychogeography. In this book, Psychogeography, that's what it's about. I also got in the mail, I ordered this issue of Believer magazine, June, this was put out in June of 2009. Reason why I got this is that there's an article in here by Will Self, and that's an interview with Will Self on walking, why we should walk. It's on psychogeography, and I wanted to read the interview. I saw the interview on the internet, but it didn't have the whole interview, so I wanted to read it. Way back in 2003, I used to buy The Believer, but then I stopped buying it because there's so much to read. It's full of articles by writers, poetry. It's really interesting magazine. You can buy them at any bookstore, a retail bookstore, The Believer. Talking about Dyer, the last book I read by Dyer was this one, Out of Sheer Rage, Wrestling with D.H. Lawrence by, is that G? How do you pronounce G-O-F-F? Geoff Dyer? I don't know. I read that, a year or 2 years ago. I also have his book of essays, Working the Room Essays, by him. And he also edited this book, Selected Essays by John Berger, edited by Geoff Dyer. John Dyer, he was a poet, storyteller, playwright, and essayist. And I collect John Berger's writings. So that's what's on my table tonight. Yeah, I got this book in the mail. I like his writings. He's a very interesting writer. He writes novels too, which I don't have, but check them out sometimes. So that's what I'm doing tonight. Tomorrow's a Thursday. It's supposed to be in the 80s all week. Hope it cools off tonight. So yeah, reading Ghost Milk. Didn't read nothing else today. Well, I did look at this book, and I did look at Believer magazine. So that's all I gotta say. So until next time, bye.